This is Deepak Chopra, and I'm very fortunate today to have Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche in my office, Deepak Home Base in New York, and he is joining the faculty of Jayo.com, and I want to introduce him to everyone here. So first of all, they call you Rinpoche, right? What does the word mean?
Rinpoche means basically in Tibetan, precious one.
Precious one. But Rinpoche is also a title, right? So somebody who's advanced in the knowledge of consciousness.
It's a title, either you are reincarnated, recognized, or you have finished the degree. That's like what we call Geshe and like a PhD. Like.
And your background is that you lived in India for many years after His Holiness Dalai Lama, you see his picture there, after he came to India after the uprising, the Chinese takeover.
Yeah, so my parents, they left Tibet in '59, and then I was born in India and grew up all my life basically in India.
Yes. And you have been teaching all over the world, right?
Yes, for the last 25 years. So I've been traveling around the world and teaching.
And what have you been teaching 25 years?
So basically, my background is in the Burn Buddhist tradition. So, and as I came,
it's called Bon
yes,
Buddhist tradition.
Yeah, that's the oldest spiritual tradition. So I've been mainly teaching, trying to teach as much as possible based on our own tradition, and then also trying to adapt, trying to make it a little bit more simpler, as you know, trying to for Westerners.
You have centers all over the world.
Yeah, we have about 35 centers around the world, and so I also visit all these different places.
In Europe?
In Europe, in South America, Mexico, and US.
Where are your headquarters?
Headquarters in Virginia, Nelson County in Virginia. So I've been there for the last 25 years.
So let's talk about, basically you teach meditation, you teach about how to get in touch with higher consciousness, you teach about healing. Over the years, I've always maintained that healing is the return of the memory of wholeness. The word healing, the word holy, the word wholeness, the word health, they're all the same word. You getting it there? Yes? Okay. So the word healing, the word wholeness, the word health, the word wholeness, they're all the same word. And so I've always said healing is the return of the memory of wholeness. And so I want to show this book, Unbounded Wholeness. Can you say a little bit what's in this book?
So basically, most of these books are very much about as the essence of each individual, the source of each individual. So basically, whole healing can only happen when somebody is able to go deep enough and connect to that source. So connecting to that source, basically, either you can think about the truth, or you can think about individual essence. We say nature of mind, Rigpa, whatever you want to call it.
Soul.
Soul is a little bit more from Buddhist point of view, a little more complex.
It's not a word.
Yeah.
But the essence, the core being.
Core being, yeah. Core being is the right word.
And so when you get in touch with core being, that is already whole, that brings about healing in the body and the mind as well.
Absolutely. So this, we have been doing a lot of researches also, like MD Anderson Hospital in Houston, Texas, where they have done researches with the cancer patients, 300 women, and people who are going through chemotherapy, using these meditation techniques. If they have brain, the cognitive, they lose the ability to think clearly, so how, if they can help. So it's seen a lot of benefit by these practices, or many of these different practices, but the core of it's always if somebody is able to go back to that source.
I want to also show a couple of other books. So this is called Awakening the Luminous Mind, Tibetan Meditation for Inner Peace and Joy. So how is Tibetan meditation different from, say, mantra practice or other forms of mindfulness, or does it include all of them?
Yeah. So many of these basic practices are really based on so-called Dzogchen. It's a specific tradition called Great Perfection. And so when we say mantra, when we talk about the yoga, all the different forms is the ways to get to that place, get to that source. So basically when we say awakening the luminous mind, there are techniques through which, either through sound, through movement, through imaginations, through mantras, all are like kind of basically trying to connect to that place. And I explain some simple basic things.
You talk about the 3 doors. So what are the 3 doors?
So 3 door is the, first of all, body, door of the body, door of the speech. So door, body, speech, and mind. So we say stillness of the body. So you're entering to that source through your body, but being aware of the stillness of the body. Second, you're entering to that true source through your speech, but entering through the silence of the speech.
The silent background behind the speech.
Yeah, because usually you think about a speech is either you think about the voice or voice in your head or actually language. They all are like not exactly the way you connect. I mean, the words don't connect, but the silence do.
The silence between the words.
Yeah.
Body, speech.
And the last one is the mind. So you say spaciousness of the mind, or the openness of the mind, or emptiness of the mind, so that is also ways to connect to that true source. So body, speech, and mind.
Which book deals with that over here?
Actually, each book is one of them. So this is the Awakening the Sacred Body. So which is exercises explain how you do physical movement, the breath, to enter to that source. And this is called Tibetan sound healing. It's basically speech, explaining a lot about silence and the mantra. So how to enter to that true source through the speech. And this is Awakening the Luminous Mind. So how to enter through mind to that source. So basically, body, speech, and mind, these are 3 doors.
And these
are like a whole combination.
And this is a very academic.
This is very academic, yeah. It's 10 years of work.
10 years of work.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm speaking right now to Geshe Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche, and he's a healer that comes from the Bon tradition, meditation teacher, a practitioner of well-being. He has centers all over the world, and he's going to be joining our faculty at Jayo. So we're very thrilled, and you'll be offering courses through our website, the Internet of Wellbeing, jayo.com. And I've always thought that a lot of these courses can be taught online through workshops, and or can be also interactive online. And of course, then there are your centers as well, which can complement these. What can people expect when they come to your courses?
So I think all what I'm trying to do is really as 3 doors. So if you did not find one door, you have the second choice. If you did not find the speech, you have the mind. So the 3 door is always like options. They each were sometimes very physical, some people are very verbal, and some people are very mental. And so it's like I think we're trying to bring these different aspects and trying to make it very simple. And particularly, I talk a lot about the stillness in our body and silence in our speech, and then spaciousness or openness in our mind. Unless there is this stillness, silence, and spaciousness, I don't think it's difficult to find that true source. because they have to go through that.
Let me summarize this. Stillness in the body, silence in the speech, and spaciousness
In the mind.
in the mind. If you have that combination, you're entering through these doors to the source. And the source is core being,
Yes.
which is basically a field of infinite possibilities, infinite creativity, the source of healing, and from where intention is most powerful, right?
Yes, absolutely. So somehow, unless one is able to enter into that stillness, the potentiality, it's even is there, not easy to recognize. Even all the power of the silence, unless you find that silence, it's very difficult to find the qualities of the healing. Unless you find that openness, qualities of the healing is difficult. But these are absolutely necessary. I mean, ancient practices, there are hundreds of books where really like they're trying to describe these very methodically how to get to that source.
Now, my co-founder, Panacha Machaya, co-founder of Jayo, the Internet of Well-Being, was also saying that we'll be using some of these techniques for the training of athletes.
Yes.
How does this apply to the training of athletes?
So the training of athletes is, I think one problem is very important is that every now and then we, either as athletes or any creativity, we get very much caught up in personality, the ego, the power, the feeling of fear. These negative emotions is kind of affecting your potentiality or your performances, basically. So, but through these practices, what we're trying to do is make sure they enter deep enough in that stillness, silence, and spaciousness, and they recognize that there is something happening in them that very moment, either the fear, discomfort of somebody, another player, another friend, another colleague. So being aware of that. And once you're aware of that, then it's very much about how to, what we call hosting, how to host that to dissolve it, not interpret that to further develop, but host that. We call non-conceptual hosting.
H-O-S-T-I-N-G?
Yeah, host, yeah, like accommodating.
Accommodating. So you embrace it in a
Exactly,
sense,
yeah.
and then you go beyond it.
Yes, exactly.
You enter the door.
Yeah, so non-conceptual hosting, accommodating.
Okay, so my very special guest today has been Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche, and these are his various books. But more importantly, I want to announce that he's going to be a faculty teacher at Jayo.com on healing the mind, healing the body, and helping athletes get through the three doors so they can get to their essence, their core consciousness, to improve their performance. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.